Welcome back to Football Opinions with me, Lemmy. The transfer window has just opened 14th of June. Of course, it's opened earlier than normal and the excitement is already started. It's palpable as you can tell. And for me, I want to start with Arsenal and the business that Arsenal has been linked to. No better place to start than Declan Rice, 24 years of age, West Ham. Just won a trophy for West Ham as well. Is valued at £100 million and Arsenal are reportedly willing to pay that. Some might say it's a lot of money, but for me and what we need right now and where we need to be, it's just the right player to bring into this system as well at just the right time. When we've just challenged and fell short, people would say we bottled it. Yeah, you're not wrong, but now we need to raise that level. You need to raise the bar to catch Manchester City, and he's one of those players that he's a level raiser. That's all I can say. For £100 million, he's the perfect player. Yes, the price is not perfect, but he will be a player that will be very important for us, especially because we are playing Champions League football. We need all the depth, quality, and experience that we can get. Experience and the 24-year-old do not go together, but the fact that he made his debut, I think, when he was 19 years of age, at centre back, and he's played at centre back for a couple or maybe 2 seasons or so, and then moved to central midfield where he's made a name for himself. He's an England international, a regular as well. And for me to get such a caliber of player will be a statement that Arsenal are serious going into the next season. And we are not here to take part, but we are here to take over. It will be the sort of statement Arsenal will be making. And to enhance that statement, Arsenal should go and sign Moises Caicedo, another player they've been linked with, valued at £80 million. Brighton player, of course, 21 years of age, young player as well, but quality is there. It's evident for everyone to see. That's why many top clubs are in for him. But 2 clubs that are in for him right now, Chelsea and Arsenal, 2 clubs that it looks like Brighton want them to go into a bidding war. It will be the ideal situation for the club because they want to raise as much of a transfer fee as they can for the player. So I think they will want a bidding war between Chelsea and Arsenal, and that scenario will really not favor Arsenal because, Chelsea can throw around money. Todd Bowley is not shy to spend a lot of money as well on unproven players. I say unproven, but he's been in the Premier League, I think, for a season and a half or more. But what he's done and what he's proved, the level that he shows. Even I watched him at the World Cup with Ecuador, and he was one of the players, that you could see he's a level above the rest, you know what I mean? And for him to come to Arsenal, him and Declan Rice, it will be mad. I mean, it will be scary, but not for us. But for the other Premier League teams, yeah, it would be scary, but I really don't see it happening. I see us going for maybe Rice, and I do see Arsenal making a bid for him, but if Chelsea are really interested in him, they might offer him more. But Caicedo is reported that he wants to play European Champions League football as well. Arsenal can offer him that, Chelsea cannot. Arsenal have a match point there, but in the transfer business, it's money that talks, so I'm really looking forward to see what Arsenal are going to do. If Arsenal get both of them, I am really going to salute the Kroenkes, who are the owners of Arsenal, for doing a very good job. Some of the other players we've been linked with, Eli Wahi, a striker from Montpellier. I think he scored 20 goals this season. But we have another striker of our own who has scored 20 goals in the league as well. But I'm not really convinced by Eli Wahi. He's just more of a player that we've been linked with, more of a link than nothing that is likely to happen. But it's a player we've been linked with. Another player we've been linked with is Timothy Castagna, the Leicester fullback. Of course, Leicester have been relegated, so it's going to be available for a cut price. 27 years of age as well. I'm not convinced by him. But if Arteta wants him, one thing I'm really confident about is that Arteta's talent ID. So if he's interested and he really wants him, I'm all for it. That's all I can say. Another fullback we've been linked with is Ivan Fresneda, plays for Real Valladolid. Force Real Valladolid were relegated from Liga, so he has a release clause of 17 million euros, if I'm not wrong. The price was reduced because, of course, if you get relegated, you're going to get the player for a cut price. Arsenal were really interested and almost made a move for him in January. If I'm not sure they're going to be making a move for him, because towards the end of the season, he was not getting regular game time, he was actually being benched. Still a young kid, 18 years of age, so he has a long way to go, a lot of things to learn. But yeah, for 17 million euros, I will not mind having such a player in having such depth. I think his quality. I've not watched much of him, but YouTube highlights are there for us to analyze, and he's done very well. From what I see and from what Arteta wants and from how I see us playing the Ben White role and everything, the inverted fullback, I think he's quite technically good. He's a player who can cover a lot of ground. He has quite a lot of pace as well, so I don't mind such a player. So for outgoings, Arsenal need to really offload a couple of players. Arsenal don't really need to sell in order to buy, but they need to offload to create space for incomings in the squad. The likes of Holding, Cedric, those are players that we should really be getting rid of. Not, with all due respect to the players, the time at the club has come to an end. We are at a different level now to what we used to be. And such players just need to go. I don't really care what we get for them. I don't think we are going to get anything, or if we are going to get something, it's not going to be a lot. So them two players, we really have to offload them. Other players that have been linked with the move away, of course, Granit Xhaka has been linked with the move to Bayern Leverkusen. But it's been reported that Arsenal wants to bring in a player midfielder first before they can allow Xhaka to leave. But I think his departure is imminent as of now. And yeah, he's been a good servant to the club, just garnered 17 GA for the club, his best ever season for the club as well. So I expect to get a decent sum of money, maybe 35 million pounds. I will not mind. He's on the wrong side of 30 as well, so that will not be a bad fee for him. Thomas Partey is another one that has been linked with the move away. The reports coming out that teams in Italy are quite interested. Thomas Partey just turned 30. And he's quite a good player. I mean, we should be getting decent money for him. And I'm sure we're not going to recoup the 45 million pounds we paid for him, but we should be getting maybe more than half of that. Partey is worth more than 35 million pounds, come on, at the moment. Yes, he did not have a good end to the season, but the quality is there, and wherever he goes, footballer nowadays are playing up to 40 years old, and he's just starting. That is the new 20 in football, as they say. But I don't see Partey leaving. I don't want him to leave, because we still need that player. Because, you know, Europa League and Champions League are different. It's a different kettle of fish, because you cannot just rotate in the Champions League as we are doing in the Europa League and put on a whole different squad. If you're going to rotate, you need to rotate quality with quality. So we just need that quality and that strength in depth as well. Another player that has been linked with the move away, Jorginho. It is reported that Arsenal are willing to listen to offers for Jorginho after just 6 months at the club. Not the most fruitful 6 clubs you'll ever see, but he came in, did a job, did what was required of him. Yes, we fell short, but it's not his fault. It's a team game, it's a team thing. It was a team collapse at the end of the day. Everyone contributed in their own way in the downfall, and I cannot just blame him. But if he's going to be leaving, I don't mind. I really don't. We can do better than Jorginho. That's all I'm going to say. And for 10 million pounds, if someone is willing to pay that, he's been strongly linked with Lazio. That's where his former boss Maurizio Sarri is. He really loves him. He's the one who actually brought him to Chelsea when Manchester City were interested. So I think it will be a good move for him and for the club as well. So 10 million pounds, sell him. I really don't mind. Kieran Tierney is another one that has been linked with a move to Newcastle, especially 35 million pounds for Tierney. I'm taking it all day long. He's not had the best of seasons. He's seen his game time diminish, especially with the arrival of Zinchenko. Even when Zinchenko was not playing, Tomiyasu was preferred. Then the latter stages of the season, Jakub Kiwior was preferred over him. So I think it was quite conclusive that he was going to be leaving the club. Being a good servant, his time at Arsenal has been he's had a lot of injuries. That's all I can say. He's quite an injury-prone player, but one injury in particular had cost him most of his time at Arsenal. The knee injury, it was a recurring case, so I feel bad that it never really worked out, but I'm selling him. I really don't mind, because we need to raise the level at Arsenal. I mean, we are not just a mediocre club anymore. We need to be competing with Man City, and to do that, you need to act well in the transfer window. Another player, Folarin Balogun, of course, was on loan at Reims in the Liga, scored 21 goals. That's the player I was talking about, and for me, we should be getting 50 million pounds easy for Balogun, because if you have Kai Havertz, who Chelsea are valuing him at 70 million pounds, and they want to recoup much of the money they paid for him. The guy has scored 7 goals this season. The only thing he's well known for is the one Champions League final goal. Other than that, Havertz has not really done anything to prove his worth. And for him to be valued at 70 million pounds, come on, we should be getting 50 million pounds for Balogun at the very least. But Arsenal are not the best selling club, and we might even get less than that if we are going to sell him. But yeah, the business side of things we leave to the club. We are just supporters and fans. That this is all we can do, speculate and make suggestions. But yeah, that's all we can do. And get here as well, I think. If you are going to be bringing in another striker, and Nketiah, I think he should go. He doesn't have to go, but he should go. He's not the answer for Arsenal. I think we've seen that ever since Jesus came back, and Trossard actually started over him before Jesus came back. We never saw Nketiah again, apart from a couple of substitute appearances here and there, and I think his time at Arsenal might be over. And for me, that's what I think Arsenal should be doing in this window. So thank you for tuning in, and yeah, see you in the next video.